Amazing. Well, we're here with Addison Wilson with Tri-Valley Girls Basketball. And Addie, I really appreciate you joining our podcast here this week. First of all, how was your Christmas break and your New Year? How was the time off from school a couple weeks ago?
It was pretty good, very relieving. I had basketball at 8 in the morning though, so
Oh, well, that's not fun. Why is Coach Kaufman doing that to you?
I don't know. Might have to ask him.
That's fair. That's a question for Coach, I guess. But hey, I mean, you got to get your work in during break. You can't be sitting around the whole time.
True.
So you guys are 7-3, or I'm sorry, yeah, 7-3 record right now, and 3 game win streak. But you're outscoring your opponents in the last 3 games, 186-54. So like 3 games in a row. I mean, you guys have just been dialed in. Like, what has been the secret sauce to that? I mean, because like in your last game, I think it was against 𝗥𝗲𝗰𝗱𝗮, you held them to just 9 points. I mean, obviously you're scoring a lot of points. But like defensively, I feel like that might be more the story. Do you think that's the case?
Well, I think if you put pressure on the ball and, make sure it doesn't get into the high post, Kashakna ran a zone on us. So, Coach Kaufman's always talking about don't let it go into the high post. That's where all the trouble happens. So I think just on ball pressure is like very key. Even like when you're playing in man too, like you have pressure on the ball, then it's harder for that person to get the ball to their other teammates and stuff.
Is that something that he has you all work on and practice a lot? Is just defensive drills all the time, ball pressure, getting in passing lanes, stuff like that? Is that his style in practice? Is just defense all the time?
Well, yeah, I think Coach Murray's more of the offense, and then Coach Kaufman's more of the defense. We work on defensive drills every single practice, shell, paint touches, and every single practice.
Yeah. Now you're a junior on this squad now, so you're an upperclassman for some of the younger girls on the team. Was there someone on the team when you were a freshman, like when you came in, that you looked up to when you first joined the high school basketball program? I know like Lexi Howe was kind of a legend as a legend with Tri Valley basketball, and she would have been there when you first came into the program. Like players like that, is there someone in mind that you looked up to when you first came into the program?
A couple people, probably Lexi definitely, and Anna Krupa. I mean, she's really good at defense, defending the ball. She's really fast too, and Lexi's just overall very good round player too. And I always
Hmm.
I wanted to be like just like Lexi, and I wanted to do everything that she can do, all the moves that she does, and everything.
So on the other side of the coin, now that you're an upperclassman, is there someone that you've kind of taken under your wing that is a younger player on the team? Is there someone you that kind of follows you, like whatever you do, they try to emulate, try to copy, try to match to be like you? Is there someone that you're kind of guiding as they work their way through basketball as an underclassman?
I mean, we have a couple sophomores on varsity, and I don't think of anyone specifically, but I just want to be an example for everyone, like having a good attitude,
Hmm.
working hard in practice, and doing all the things, carrying on practice into a game too. I just want the underclassmen to like look at me as somebody that they want to be also, just as I like look to Lexi. I want them
Right.
to look at me just like that.
Now, are you a more of a lead by example person, or are you a lead with your voice? Is it a mix of both? What's your style when it comes to leading the other girls on the team?
Probably by example. I mean, I feel like when I talk to somebody, I don't want to like tell them what to do or like yell at them or anything. So I just try to do what I do best, and hopefully that the underclassmen can take that on too.
Right, right. Now, last question for you: was basketball that kind of your first sport growing up? Was that kind of your first love when you first started playing sports? Was it basketball? Was it another sport? I guess when did you realize basketball was your thing?
Well, I mean, my dad played basketball all through middle school and high school and stuff. So my parents put me in basketball very early. And I just felt like one sport really wasn't enough. So I took on volleyball at seventh grade in middle school. But I always felt like basketball was like not my number one choice because I just felt like I was always better at it. And it's a lot of fun for me too.
Well, I really appreciate you taking time, out of your evening tonight to talk some basketball for a few minutes. It's good to learn about, and hype up the players that we have in our area. And you're a good player on a really good team right now. So I appreciate you taking the time, and best of luck the rest of the way this season.
Thank you.